Alright. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. This video is going to be very jam-packed because I have a lot to say, because my plans have changed for this week and for the course of these remaining months. So I'll give you the little rundown now, and if you want to watch the rest of the video, keep watching. But for those of you who want to save time, don't worry, I cater for you guys. So this week I changed my plan from last week, which was to start doing math from the very beginning. So I was going to do all the grades from, kindergarten all the way to college. But I don't have time to do that. So in order to save time, I'm skipping from like 5th grade to high school and going straight to high school level statistics, then to AP statistics, and then onwards. I'm also starting a new book, Think Stats, which is made by the same guy who did the previous book. I really liked his teaching style, and so I'm going to continue doing that. And yeah, that's kind of the short rundown, but got a lot more to say, so if you stick around, you get to hear about that and a little bit about my reasoning on why I decided to switch. So, like I mentioned before, I'm going to stop doing the Khan Academy from the very beginning. I found that I went from, from kindergarten really to like 3rd, 4th grade in a week, which was cool. But then I thought that it would just take me the same amount to do the rest, all up until I did something much more difficult like an AP Stats or an AP Calculus. But it turned out that they actually take a lot of time. There's actually a lot of material. There's a lot of quizzes you can take, and I really do want to do them all to get, the full grasp of math from the very beginning. But in order to save time, in order to actually finish, learning data science in only 6 months, I'm going to have to skip because there's just not enough time. There's just not enough weeks for me to jam pack it all in. So I'm going to be doing two things at the same time now, which hopefully they work with each other to really fill in all my holes and stats and to fill in, you know, all the stats knowledge needed for data science, or at least beginner's data science. So I'm going to be skipping, let me see, let me get my iPad. So I'm going to be skipping around 5th grade, 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade, 9th grade, or I mean at least up to 8th grade, and then high school. And then I'm just going to go to high school statistics. That's what I'm doing now. And then I'm going to be doing AP statistics. So that's kind of what I skipped and what I did. I'm very sad about missing the algebra, but I'm going to get back to that when it comes to calculus. Okay. So other than just doing the Khan Academy, I'm also going to be reading. So I'm going to be doing them at the same time. The book, Think Stats, like I mentioned, by the same author as before, Mr. Dowie, I don't know his name, but he has a very project-based approach to his books, which is really helpful, I think, and the best way to do it, especially something like these complicated projects broken down into little parts that you can then either copy or debug and really learn and gather comprehension about the topic playing with actual data. So in the book, he starts off by saying how the book is going to be structured and how it's going to have a project, two projects actually, two projects and two different data sets, and how the book is kind of just like a step-by-step guide for himself to do experimental analysis, and he's kind of writing it down in a way that can be useful for other people. Now, one important thing to mention is how in the book it's actually teaching stats from the very beginning. You don't need to know any previous stats, although you do need to know a programming language. Now, even though it is beginner stats, I will say that it's a higher level faster paced learning of statistics that will not work for someone who's just younger and less experienced with math. So this is not, beginner stats for someone in third grade or in fourth grade. No, this is beginner stats for someone who hopefully maybe even has some calculus under their belt and is already past grade school and is just trying to learn stats the most efficiently way possible. And he decides to use Python to teach you because some really cool things about stats is you have p-values and you have random samplings, and you have all these sort of probability stats. And when you write about it in paper, you're really just thinking about it in conceptually. You're not really seeing it happen. Like, for example, you can flip a coin so many times just by doing little circles of coins and just writing something, or you can actually flip the coin. And when you use Python, you can figuratively flip the coin multiple times, in using a data set and using the computer to just do the math instantaneously. You can really see what a small sample size or big sample size, p-values, your hypothesis, probability, all occur in real time. So it really deepens the ideas of of the theory, basically. Now, I already started chapter 1, and in chapter 1 he actually gets you to download one of his projects, and it actually took me a little while because I learned all about environments and interpreters, which is something I didn't know about. I saw these buttons before in my IDE. I use PyCharm, and I knew that somehow I could create environments and virtual environments, but I kind of just left those settings untouched. But now, due to the fact that the project comes with packages, they're called, I had to put those into the environment and download them. And in order to do that, I had to learn that all from the beginning. So I looked up, I spent one day just trying to get through chapter 1, looking at how to install these packages. In the book, he explains how you can use a certain program that already has all of them installed. It's called Anaconda, which, I do recommend, just like he recommends, but I just wanted to use PyCharm. I just think it's better looking and I don't know, funner to use. I just enjoy it way more. So I had to learn how to create that environment myself. But using a couple of articles I found online, I was easily able to do that. And so I got my environment set up. I ran all the tests. I ran his project and it worked, which means I had all the packages installed. And yeah, so here we are learning about packages already in the first chapter. The packages are NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib, or lib, and SciPy. Um, so those packages are basically just, um, I don't know, like they almost like build off of Python and let you do cool things like um, do visualizations and charts and graphs and things like that, really. Make Python more of a scientific environment. And I don't know anything about that yet. I just know that it's important for data science, and that's what I'm going to be doing right now. And next week, I hope to do 2 chapters. And, as always, 2 chapters is kind of a good range to really get the ideas concrete and do all the problems that are at the end, which tend to be hard, which is good because they really test your knowledge. And yeah, what else? So I'm gonna be doing the book in conjunction with Khan Academy, and that's gonna be my weeks for the foreseeable future. Now, 2 chapters a week. There's 14 chapters. This means I'm gonna be done in around 7 weeks. So hopefully I could do a little faster than that, but 7 weeks, it's almost 2 months. So I really do have to hurry up and get going. So I'm gonna try to finish chapter 1 today and see on what else I could do during the weekend. But it's a huge plan change from what I was doing before. Remember, it's just to save time. I would totally go back and review all math on Khan Academy if I could. I just can't. So, yep, so that's all for this video. So, see you guys next time. Peace.